Hello. So I'll be going over you this map. So you said well in ruins. You did monkey. You didn't do monkey this map, but I'm gonna still watch your Ryan. See what I can tell. Start speeding up the point more aggressively. Yeah, so I don't know. Your job as Reinhardt is just get onto this point right now. Like you guys want to get on point now, so you're taking a little bit too long. Yeah, like I think you're maybe waiting for your team, but don't just go in. Go in and take this positioning, because they're gonna get in here a little bit earlier, and they may they're gonna be here a little bit earlier, and it's gonna fuck you up a bit more. Yeah. Oh wait, he just got exploded. Jesus Christ, that was I was like, how did you take so much damage? You go for swing, you take a shit ton of damage. Bubble! And you just die, okay. When you take experience, that's just... Your team wasn't much in resistance to that. Yeah, so beware of the wall, but... Whole team there. Okay, I think it's the whole team there. Okay, you go here, walled off. You can just do this. You can rotate here, right? So you're trying to go through here and you're getting yourself stuck in this corner. But when you see this, try to like immediately escape. Try to go through here. This is like a decent exit point for you. So try to think more about your like map geometry and think about, hey, where are the possible escape routes? This is requires some map knowledge. You see this? Oh wait, I can go through here. You know, come through here. Or at least escape all the way there and make it harder for them to chase me, you know? Okay, nice pin. I was gonna say question, but I think I'll say I'll start swinging my hammer with the bubble, but... Okay, yeah, because of this pin, you go here, and this is fine, but like you're in their LOS, so like... Yeah, so I'm gonna maybe illustrate this a bit better. Also, let me put a timer. I'll give myself 10 minutes for this part. Yes, if you see, that is like your space right here, this little alleyway is your space, and this is kind of their space, so if you push into there, you're kind of out of their LOS. Arguably, you can start swinging in a bit more with your bubble. I think you're a little bit scared, but I would start going, or I already been started swinging, but it's fine. Yeah, because you go here, look at where you are. You see how they're here. Okay, you're in their LOS. And they're here. They're nowhere where to help you. And you lost your Moira too, so you're actually fucked. Right? And you were just given bubble. Right? If you had gotten the pin here on the Rhine, this is not as bad. Right? And also because of the fact the Rhine's pinning in here, everyone's looking at the Rhine and they're not looking at you, which is fine. Like the Rhine's in the back line, they're looking at the Rhine. But you going in here, sure gets the pin. I think you're trying to get the Rhine, but if you were, try to aim it here. Because if you miss, if you're still here, I'd argue maybe the pin is not the best idea. I would probably have just started swinging at the Reinhardt, or maybe started with swinging at them. But because you pin into here, see how this is their sort of side of the field? So be aware of like where is your team, and then where is their line of sight. So if they're here, their line of sights on you are not there unless you have established much of the space, right? And then this is kind of their field. So you're, yeah, so you get, yep, and you get stunned up and you die. That's how I die. Yeah, so I think in that situation I would have just started swinging my hammer or gotten the pin on that little corner. If I was you, I'd start going high ground. Actually, yeah, this is the, I would gonna I think the first time going down here is fine, you know, if you want to try it out, but pretty much always go to high ground because get your McCree on this high ground and your McCree can do a lot. Get the BAP on the high ground, get your team on high ground. May isn't there. Well, this is a team coordination issue. Hey, Wall doesn't do anything. That's good. Okay, just stay here and Wall a bit. I'm gonna nitpicky. You probably shielded a couple seconds too early as your team was still walking up. You probably want to put the shield up the moment they come here so that you have more shield to shield. Okay, I wouldn't drop. I would stay here. And shield, let your McCree get the pick, let your McCree. And if I want to go in, I would just back up, wait a couple seconds, wait for my shield to recharge. Like, give it like 2 seconds, get back to like 1000 plus shield, and then drop. Because of you dropping now, you don't have enough resources. Like, you stood here, the point of you standing here is to enable them to get high ground or not. It's also allow McCree to shoot. But if this would still be like the poking phase for you. So remember I said you don't want to commit your shield too much in the poking phase, so I mean here you can just let your McCree shield, but if you want to go in, just make sure you have more shield and you're in like more shield than what you have now, so just like wait up a bit here and then push in. Or keep shielding, wait, and then push drop. So bit of an early drop. And you escaping here is not the best idea. You pressuring point is not what you should be doing. You should be dropping and swinging onto them. Because if you go here, your team's there, and this is their line of sight. You want to take the fight where this has value. Okay, if you guys are all... Okay, you're all just beating in here. Okay, this was a... I probably wouldn't have pinned there. I would have just walked up. Because, like, here's the thing. If you made that pin, and let's say you pinned the Rein, right? And you pinned the Rein here, what would have happened? Where's the enemy McCree? Okay, he's far away to flash you, but you go here, you start getting frozen up, and you're in their line of sight. Like, if you guys establish control of this, right? Oh, the May's there, but you still would have been damaged, right? If you can let him walk into here, this is like your field. You're walking into there, it's kind of their territory a bit. If that's your McCree high nooning, I would start shielding that, yeah. Good chatter. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over that one more time just to see what exactly you could have done. But yeah, I think you should have just waited a bit for your shield to recover there on the high ground. Yeah, even there, I don't know why you flashed your shield there, right? And now you didn't like recover fully, right? It's minor notes. And then when you're shielding here, they're not even there yet to capitalize. So a couple seconds early, right? So yeah, you drop a high ground with no shield. Also, questionable from Zarya, I think when you got, this is a communication issue, your Zarya was probably expecting you to go in aggressively, but then you got bubbled, right? So this is more of a communicative issue, right? If you were here and you're bubbled, I would have likely seen you go in aggressive, but you went back, right? So this is a disconnect between you and Zarya, and not only that, but you're walling them off aggressively, you're nowhere near to capitalize on it, right? If you kind of like pushed in with your bubble and the Mei wall, you may have been like right here, right, and the Rein over there, and you could have easily capitalized on the pin on the Rein. Yeah, that's it. So that last fight was a communication issue. Yeah, so that last fight was a communication issue. You didn't go in aggressively to the bubble, and you guys... Right, and I think your Zarya probably expected you to go in aggressively. You probably should have calmed that. Second, you walled it off and you weren't in a position to go in. So I think you going to point may have not been the right play, or they probably shouldn't have used their cooldowns there. Probably right.
There is still more to my tale.
And I think he also kind of went in with not enough shield. If you go left side, you're gonna get walled off really easily. Okay, you go here. You can have your Lucio touch point. You don't need the first touching point. Okay, I don't mind the counter pin. However, here's one minor note. What if you didn't counter pin the Rein? What if you kind of just walked up here, let the Rein pin in here in your area? What would happen? You can then pin him and kill him. You can walk him to kill him. I think at this spot, counter pinning him benefits him more than it does to you because this isn't his team. This is like his team space. If you let him like pin into your enemy backline, you guys get to kill him. So I think that benefits you guys a bit more. I mean, he still dies. You're just getting CC to hell. Pin questionable. There's still a Reaper in your backline. I wouldn't have pinned. I would. That's a beauty buff, but it's whatever. It's not that important. Never mind. I think he's still going in there. I think he can still afford to go in more aggro, but that's up to you. I respect the caution. Ooh, bad bubble. And also, I don't know why you jumped back. You could hold space. Like, I don't know why you bubbled. I think you're expecting you to go in. I wouldn't have jumped back. I would have stayed here and just swung onto him. Like, if they come into this corner, swing this hammer. Swing this hammer. And maybe you can go a little bit forward for your target, but I wouldn't have gone back. I would just stand here and just swing my hammer. I wouldn't even shield it. There's nothing to shield. Okay. Early bubble, early bubble. See, I don't know why you're backing. Stay here. Be glued to this corner. I don't know why you're backing off. Just stay in this corner, right? Come here and let him, just swing at him. Swing at him. And you can go a little bit forward, but that's gonna get you walled off, but yeah. If you're holding farther back, then I would prefer you to stand there already. If you've been standing there already. Because look where you're at. You have no cover, right? If you're standing here, you have cover from there, and you can like fight them off. And if they come here, you can fight and you can contest them. And you can get the second away from them. If you stand here, you have nowhere to hide. Like imagine if you didn't have your shield. Like imagine your shield got broke. Let's say you got EMP'd, right? You're in the middle of the open, right? If you are gonna stand there, then maybe stand here where you can hide and recover your shield. Maybe stand on this corner. Okay, so maybe stand on that corner, right? Or play further back, or just play on point, right? This is really exposed from you. I think either, yeah, you should have played on point, or been more close to calling that corner. If you wanted to play it close. Yeah, because you were in a position away where you wanted to fight up close, but then you just didn't fight up close. Okay, Winston.
Ready for battle.
Okay.
I'm ready. There's a first time for everything, I guess. Ready for battle.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna put the timer on again. I'm gonna put it for 28 minutes. Why not? Okay, so in this composition, you're playing Monkey versus Brawl, right? You have Pharmacy. I don't like Tora players weird in this comp, but whatever. Not my team. So you have D.Va with Winston, right? So the people you're gonna be playing around is with your D.Va, Ana, and your Pharah, right? So when you go in, you have your D.Va going with you ideally, and then you playing your LOS with Yana, and you have your Pharah going. So make sure you're going in with Pharah. Right, make sure like when you're diving in, you're diving a target that Pharah was weakened through like blast, or the Pharah is engaging with you. Okay, this is a good space for brawl tanks. This space is great if you want to like hide from LS and you want to take the fight up close. This team wants to take the fight up close. I would prefer, especially with Safara, Torb, right, with your DPSs, they want to play long set lines, right? They're long range heroes. So you'd want to play here, which is more open. You wouldn't want to play up close there. So if you're rotating there, yeah, so you're rotating here, unless you like wait for them to pass through and you like beam them down, but I would prefer you going left side, going more to the open. Yeah, and you get force bubble really early, right? You get really poked out easily, and honestly, yeah. Maybe if you come here earlier, you can like, if you got here a couple seconds early and you set up here, you can poke them out and dive them, but I like this positioning. I like this positioning a lot. This is prepared to just sort of attack them when they come in. This is smart. Don't drop from this positioning though. Don't drop. Don't drop. Stay here. And either A. Also, I don't like how you dropped here in the middle. Drop here, wait for them to push out, and you damage them. Or if they come out, then you kind of drop here. Because if you drop here, you're not dropping into damage. You're kind of dropping away from damage, and you can kind of poke. And if you play here, you can kind of go here. Jump out, shield and jump out, yep. Where's your Ana? Oh, your Ana died. Wait, how the fuck did your Ana die? Okay, your Ana just got poked out really easily. Your Ana should be playing more conservative. Okay, so you don't have an Ana. Yeah, if you don't have an Ana, oh fuck, yeah, your Ana died. Yeah, if you don't have an Ana, you really can't go in. Like, you have to be really aware about poking and going in, right? Arguably, I don't think you falling here and poking in here is the best idea. This is really risky, especially with Zeltiana, right? Like, if you go in and, like, try to poke here, they're gonna get McCree flashed. I think this is a little bit safer, where you can still poke him, right? But you're not as exposed, and you don't have to walk in as far, you know? And you can jump away there, you can jump away the high ground. And then also you go in without your bubble. What I would like you to do, wait here with bubble, then go in, right? Because now you're walking in without bubble, and you get flashed, right? And that could have been a lot better for poking phase if you just kind of went in with bubble, poked a bit, right? Because you haven't got any charge. I would need you to wait and get healed up. Wait and heal. Ask your Mercy to give you some heals. Don't go into shit. I mean, you got ticks, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, you need to get, yeah, I think I wouldn't have overextended. I know they're low, but they have the Baptiste and whatnot. I would go in here, you know, damage him, farm, back up a bit, right? You only have so much else, you're low, right? So you have to, either A, you could have waited, so you got fully healed, which I think was the correct option, or if you go in here, you can sort of just not go in so deep, right? Or you could have just done, or you could have maybe jumped up to the high ground where you're less exposed. You could have maybe gone up to here, gone up to there, if possible, where you're less exposed. Or in this position, you also could have just done nothing, and they still would have gotten poked up. But I think you should have gotten fully healed up, then went in, or just kind of went in and not going so deep. That would yeah, so if you don't have your Ana, you can't go in that aggro. Set up for the next fight. Set up for the next fight. I think the positioning you can take is either here. You can set up prematurely here, so that if they come here, you can just sting them. You can maybe set up here. And not only is this in... Where's your Ana? Okay, she's setting up somewhere. And you can play up right... You can play here, right? And just damage him as they come out. You can also play here real close. And like here play real close. And you can get healed from your Ana. You can poke out and you can escape. So I want you to set up for the next fight. Yeah, this is good. This is a decent spot. Okay, I don't mind that. I like the spot too. I think you can also damage them as they come through, right? But just hide. Don't do much. Don't take much damage. Yeah, just wait. You don't need to go that close. I know you want to. I know you're like ultra arch heavy, but just wait. You can be patient. Like arguably, you can stand here. Like you standing here, you can still get poked off from Ash. You can just stand here and just wait. Like now, you can't do anything. Okay, you get to kill him. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you see the. Okay, if you see the Winston, if you see the Ryan there, immediately jump away. The Ryan's gonna kill you. Yeah, that's one thing, you just didn't react quick enough to see the Ryan art. I'm not sure if you saw him or you just didn't react quickly, but yeah, that's one thing. You see him, you get out. Just because he can swing onto you. I think also, overall, I don't like how you guys are taking a fight so early. I would have liked you guys to let him push in a bit more, walk into your LOSs. But set up for next fight, yeah. I don't like you dropping in. I don't like you dropping. This is really risky. You dropping is the wrong move. You don't need to drop. The whole point of you being on this Aggron is that you can damage them without having to drop. Okay, Primaling. What I would have liked you to do, minor note. Don't primal me. I know you got primal, but I would have rather you still had your leap, so I would have leapt in, do the leap melee combo, which is gonna push him there, and then we're gonna I think dropping was not the right move. I don't think you need to invest primal. Couple things. I think primal was a waste. You need to invest it. I think what you should have done, stand up here, poke. Right, you don't need to drop down. You can damage the McCree. They force out lamp. You break the lamp, and then maybe you can go down and kill him. And then minor note, if you're gonna go in and primal, always use your leap. If you have your leap right before your primal, so let's say you have your leap off cooldown, leap then primal. Just get that extra damage in. So leap in, primal them, and then primal them to the side. So I'm gonna minor. So okay. So I would be starting to jump. So I would hit and then jump, right? Okay, jump. Do the chirp jump. Now jump immediately. Oh, they just all dead. Never mind. Get them up. Get the Winston. Nice. Yeah, I don't think. I would admit maybe primal was not needed there. I think you could have Also, yeah. Also, one minor note, not minor, but kind of a major note for Winston is that you don't primal, generally speaking, when you go in if you have full health. What you do ideally, you go in, you use all your cooldowns, right? You go in, you use bubble, use all your cooldowns. You get low to like 100 health, or maybe 200 health, or 300 if you're not sure if you're gonna die or not. Then you leap in melee and immediately pop primal. So you want to get down really low, and you don't primal like when you're full health. Yeah, I want to see when you primal. Yeah, you shouldn't have gone in here.
This will protect us.
Yeah, you also had your shield. Yeah, this is no position to primal. You're at 400 health. You have enough where you can just keep zapping at them. No reason for you to primal. No reason for you to primal that. I think you should have just breaking. Like if you're concerned about the lamp, you can just break the lamp manually. You have enough time to break it, right? So if you're like, oh, I want to lamp the debuff, you have enough time to break the lamp. But yeah, you shouldn't have primaled. You had enough health. I mean, your primal mechanics are fine because they were really close in alleyway, so.
Appear.
I like this positioning you're playing. I think you're just trying to play up close. Either play here or play back to your usual spot. I don't think you need to play this close. You can get close really easily. Okay, you saw the dive. I respect it. Okay, this is just... Okay. Similar thing. They're playing Zarya Hog. So you have to be really careful when you're going in for your dives. Right, so they can explode you in. So you may have to retreat a little bit earlier. So just beware. And also, probably your dive targets would be either A, you can dive for poke and soft dive and just kind of poke them out. Kind of, this is what a lot of your dives were just getting really hard coming on when you kind of just like soft poked, which I really liked. And then if you want a hard dive, it's probably McCree Liana. Don't get poked out. Don't get poked out. Right? I like how you're playing here. Rotate to this next pillar. Be quick. Be quick. Go to this next pillar. It's whatever. I mean, I don't like this how this was a blind dive. You didn't know where they were. You kind of just went in blindly. I would have liked you to go from here, slowly walk up, go to here, slowly walk up, go to here, and slowly rotate. You know, be in your on LOS, you know, and then see where they're coming from. Right? See where they're coming from so you're not going in blind. Second note, I don't like how you dropped here. Ideally, you drop on this high ground. You jump and you go here. Because let's say you go here, A, this gives you perfect access to these guys. You can sort of zap them, zap them, zap them. And if you want to back up, you can just back up the high ground and they can't damage anymore. Zap, zap, zap. You know, you can go right here, put the bubble. So I think, A, your landing spot was not the best. I think this high ground would have been the best just to poke. If you want to like dive here, dive this high ground. Or if you can make the jump from there. But I think you maybe can. If you go from, not from there, but from here you can definitely go there. If you kind of walk up a little bit closer, you can definitely make the high ground jump to the right high ground. And sort of damage him there. Right, this is also a pretty good high ground to play from. And just poke, poke, poke. And you can always back up and hide. Right, you may be out of your on LOS, right? This, actually, no. If you play right here, you're perfectly in your on LOS. And you're away from them. So you can go here, you can go here. So your jump spot was not the best. And also you pop the bubble early. Right, I don't think you need the bubble now because the McCree can break and roll out. Like if you see it, if you just see Zaryan the Hog, right, you go here, you don't need to pop the bubble just yet. You can save it. Right? Right, you can poke him out a bit, you know, give it a couple seconds and then pop bubble. And also if you are gonna play here, play tighter to this corner. Tighter to this corner so you're less exposed. Or you can play maybe here. But I prefer maybe here because it's a little bit more aggressive and you're doing a little bit more. But yeah, drop should have just dropped to the high ground. Or one of those two high grounds. And then I also don't like you going in blind. Yeah, you kinda went from here to there. I think you should have walked up a bit more, seen where they're at. Done a bit more poke. You can also just kinda go up here. Kinda walk up here, poke at him. And then go in again for a dive and just poke out a bit. And then also, you going in here, is your team's not in position. Scorpy's the only one who's kinda in position to go on with this dive. No one else is. Not Crap to Crunch, no one else. Okay. I'm gonna go over that one more time, that duel versus McCree. You could have killed them with the melee combo. Right. Right here, I think chasing McCree man would be the best. I think you can just walk up here and just kind of do them up. Yeah, you see this McCree? Like at this moment, I would just go in and kill him with the primal, kill him with the versus melee. So short jump, do the short jump, and burst the melee combo, and you get him down to low, and that does like 80 damage, right? How much is McCree health? He's at 100 something, right? You go in, do the burst combo, and you kill him instantly. Like,
Now, hold on.
like now I would do it. Like now, I would go in and do it now. But you're too late to do it, and then you messed up combo, I think. Either that, or you don't chase the McCree. I think, so just to recap on that little point, I think if you were to kill that McCree, you probably should have done your like burst melee combo a little bit earlier and then finished off. So that when you finish him off and you kill him, you're right here. And it's a lot easier for you to escape. But instead, you kind of take a while to like do the combo and finish him off, and then he ends up going there, and you're way out of your team's LOS. Also, I think optionary, there's also probably a really good reason for you just not to push this. Since you were here and you pressured the McCree out, You probably also didn't need to push it, now that I think about it. You go in here, you pressure him out, and then you kind of just can go back to this little square, go back here, and you did your job. You kind of pressured them out, and you know, you don't need to like push your limit. Especially because they have like McCree Flash and Hog Hook and Zarya Bubbles, right? So you can just go in and then not overstay your welcome. Yeah, maybe at this point, yeah, especially when you got flashed, I may have also probably would have jumped. It's a little bit scary, but I don't mind you going in.
Is now active.
But yeah, you end up getting killed. Yeah, nothing about it's a little bit of a feed.
Miracle of science. This will protect us.
Why did you bubble here? You bubbled here, and now you can't push in. You're like, oh, I want to go in, I'm going aggressively. But you bubble here. And because you bubble here, you can't push up. What bubble does is it allows you to hold an aggressive position. But because you bubble here, you want to push up and you want to get a more aggressive position, you want to do stuff. However, it's really hard for you because you don't have that bubble to sustain sort of an aggressive position. Yeah, so you bubble too early, and now you're going to want to go on this McCree, right? And you don't have your bubble. I hope you're doing the melee combo. I'm going to see how much damage he takes. Does he take... I don't think he's taking the... I'm not sure if you're doing the melee combo. Yeah, and this would be a perfect spot to use a bubble. To split him off, get the Ana. If you put the bubble here, the Ana may have not gotten the nade on everyone. She definitely would have naded you. Also, I think you went a little bit too forward. I think you could have just stayed here. Especially because you're antied. If you know you're antied, you gotta respect the McCree. You can't kill chase along. I think you have a tendency to just wanna go forward. I wanna die, I wanna get the kill, I wanna get the kill. But sometimes it's okay not to get the kill. Your DPS can clean it up, and it's okay if if you don't get the kill. It's better to preserve your own life than to chase kills, right? Because you also get the mercy too, right? If you're pushing in here, I think also when you're antied, I would have probably stayed here for a couple seconds, I got down a kill, and then jumped away. Or maybe stayed here and been really scared. Right? Because you're anti. But also, you probably wouldn't have been anti if you didn't waste your bubble there. So you wasted your bubble on initiation. Because of that, you got antied and you ended up dying because of it. But also, I think you just chased the McCree a little bit too hard. I think you probably shouldn't commit. Stay here, go there, and then just maybe jump back. That's because you're antied. Like, it's better to be overly cautious as Winston than to be like overly aggressive. Like, I know you want to be aggressive as a tank, but Winston's a hero where it's sometimes okay to play a little bit safe and escape a little bit too early, so you don't get killed. Okay, you're trying to break Yana, but... Are you gonna win? No. You do not... A lot of things went wrong here. You do not primal when you're nanoed. No. The main damage when you're nanoed and you zap people to death, you zap a group of them, you kill them. But you don't nano. The way the nano primal combo works, you go in, you jump in. So Ana should have nanoed you there. You should have jumped and then got nanoed. I think you just panicked. So if you were here, maybe you jump on this Ana, and as you jump on her, you get nanoed. And as you're nanoed, you can just sustain in the fight. Since you're nanoed, you don't take as much damage, you can sustain and you can fight there longer. And then when you get low, you can go primal, and you can go even further. So you jump in with nano, you fight till you get low, and then when you're low, then you primal. You don't stack them together. This is a huge... Also, I would have just gone for the Ana. So don't... Jump. Do the short jump. Yeah, the moment you hit him, you should do the jump. Like, moment you hit him, jump, and then hit him again. Okay, so right at the end of Primal, you had a jump, so I would jump, and then you get your jump cooldown back, and jump out. Yep, okay, good. Jump out. Don't chase us, jump out. Yeah, this high jump, I think you're just stalling on point, but never mind. Yeah, you're just stalling, bye. Also, I don't. A, the nano primal was horrible. I don't think you guys A should have invested that. But B, if you were to invest it, you jump first. You kill, get the Ana kill. You know, you or maybe get the period, whatever. You know, you could. I think the McCree Mercy are back there. You could jump on them, then you primal. Right? You nano, do a bunch of zap damage, then you finish on primal if you get low. Also, if you're gonna primal that hog off, you hit him. The moment you hit him, you should have immediately jumped, like here, and then got him off. But you gave him time to turn. Bit early for a bubble. They weren't in a position. Okay, okay. I would say bit early for a bubble, in the sense that you probably didn't need to commit bubble, but you know it caught the grab, so I'll give it kudos for that. Aside from that, I think when you jumped here, you didn't need to invest a bubble because they weren't close. They escaped too, right? So you don't need the bubble, right? You here you damage, and you can just hide. You can just hide away. You don't need to invest bubble. Right? So you don't need to bubble the moment you come off. The moment you jump the bubble, you don't need to do that. You can give yourself a second to assess the situation. Do I need it right now? Like at this very instant as I land? If it's yeah, I do, then do it. Here, not really. Right? You jumped in and you kind of pressure them out and you force their space out. And you need to invest a bubble. You can just go in and get hide, right? But it caught the grab, so honestly I can't even brave it that much. I would go on the Ana. I think you're a little bit confused with who should go for, but I jump on the Ana. Or you get the Zarya who's 1. Reload your ammo. You should reload. Yep. Okay, minor note. Here's a little thing to do against fire. This is like a pro tip. When you see a fire using her out, you jump up, if you have your bubble, and you jump up towards her and you put the bubble in front of her. When you put the bubble in front of her, she's going to hit herself with her own rockets because of the bubble, and it's going to kill her. Yeah, so she did. So, yeah, you jump here. Okay, yeah, you didn't need bubble much, right? You can also, because like if you assume you have bubble, you can still just kind of go here, dance, and poke them out, and go out, right? So yeah, you didn't need to invest bubble. Gonna waste your jump there, so whatever. Also, I think you're just confused with the next target is, but yeah, go there and then. Also, just in general, even if you don't do the like the bubble trick on the Pharah, if you're getting barrage, the first thing you should do is just jump up in the air or jump up to escape so you don't get killed from the barrage. And you know, if you can, put the bubble in front of her and kill her. Set up for next fight. I think you should just. I think you can maybe stand here, or you can stand here. So as they start rotating, you can zap them. Right? They push up, you zap them as they rotate, or you can do from the high ground and jump at the back. I don't mind this position either, but just don't get poked out. Just beware not to get poked out and wait for them to push. So like just crouch and hide there. Just wait. Yep, good. I like how you're just being passive and not.
This will protect us.
Okay, you're poking. I don't mind that too much. Yeah. That was a weird jump. I think you're just gonna go the high ground. I would have stayed on the high ground and kept poking McCree because you still have full health. You can. I also think I think you're just confused as to what's going on. Good try to react like block bubble. Jump. Yep.
Coming through.
You asshole, you teabagging. Okay, so overall, Winston, I think, primal mechanics, you primal too early. You need to wait till you get low health, and then you primal. That's how you get the most value out of primal. Because you're going to soften them up with your prime fire, and then you can finish off primal. You also maximize the health. So like you go down to like 200 health, and then you primal. So that's like having 1,200 health. Second, do the jump melee cooldown. do that. And then I think don't chase for kills as much if it's gonna put you to your death. Don't, like, sometimes it's okay to be a little bit reserved and not chase the kill as much and just kind of back up. Try to like get the people who are closer to you and who are like easier to kill that's not gonna put you in danger or maybe escape. And then lastly, you use bubble too early. Sometimes you use it way too early. And then you try to push up, but you don't have your bubble. And then second, you bubble immediately off the jump, which sometimes is fine. Like if you know the Diana and you're jumping on the Diana, you immediately put the bubble because you're probably gonna get slapped. But sometimes if you're not near them or they're not looking at you, or sometimes you don't need to do it the moment you jump. You can jump, zap them, then maybe after 2 seconds, then you can use the bubble. Right, so assess the situation. Or sometimes you don't even have to use it. So don't be too like bubble happy. That's it.